Hey guys, it's Desi here. This is my second book I had the other day. It is approximately 9. Let me see.
This is Audible.
Okay, this one says 4 hours.
And the space-time pinch.
But
Written by V. Bentley.
what I'm going to do as soon as I can get it back out, there it goes. I'm going to show it to you. I don't know if you like sex and
Sex, Love, and the
it's called Sex, Love, and the Space-Time Pinch by V. Bentley. The narrator in this book is a really great narrator. He's got a great voice. He has to do 8 different people or persons in this book. So he's doing a pretty damn good job at it. I give you credit for that. This does have 23 chapters. It says it was 4.5 hours. I think it was a little bit less than that for me because I always listen to them quick. Because I listened to this one and the other one. But I'm going to tell you, turn it on.
Sex, Love, and the Space-Time Pinch. Written by V. Bentley. Narrated by Roderick Steele. Part 1. The First Expedition. Chapter 1. How she wanted to pummel him. Pound away at that hard body, letting loose all her frustration. Lara could feel her fists drumming rat-a-tat against Ten's massive chest. Ha! Pebbles thrown against a brick wall would have a greater impact. No, responding physically wasn't an option. What can a 5'8", 130-pound female do to vent? The swear words she knew had grown flaccid from overuse. Limp dicks drained of their power. She couldn't scream or space forbid.
What he's describing is, like I said, it's the different, what would you call them, pod type things. They're going to go into a ship and go explore. There's 6 of them. There's a Russian, a Chinese, an American, 2 robots. Well, 2 Americans and robots. There's 2 captains. And the robots, what it is each crew, because there's different crews on each ship. They go through, like I said, they go through one thing. This one has got the botanist, and they just, each one does a certain thing. All right. The captain and the lieutenant was always hot for each other. She's a hot, one of the top candidates to go on this ship. Mom and Dad said, yeah, you can go, but please be careful and come back in one piece. Because you never know, and this is supposed to be, I'd say approximately 40, 50 years from now, when you're going to have more and more space travel. And what they're going to do is they're going to, invade different planets to see if they're livable. Well, they ended up going, getting their ship ready to go. The guys who programmed the robots, because each one of them got different names, R2, D2, 1, 3, and 4, whoever the geeks that were on the ship is the ones that programmed them. Well, they turned around and, the guys programmed them, told them that once we land, nobody goes off the ship unless you've got a full uniform on. That means your mask, your head thing, and your full thing, your gloves and boots. Because we don't know what the planet's like. The planet, I'm thinking they were going to be, is like Earth. Okay, so they're out in space, and they see Earth come in, and they want to be able to check it out, okay? So they start going, they land, it takes a while to get there, you know. They're waiting to get there by the time the solar eclipse comes. Because when the solar eclipse comes, it does something wacky to them. I mean, totally whacks them out. And the captains have said, when the eclipse comes, you partner up to whoever you want. You know, there's 3 guys, 3 women, a redhead, a blonde, and a brunette. The brunette is the lady from China. Chinese, yeah. And she likes the Russian. The Russian was sent there as another, you know, he's supposed to be doing stuff. The thing is when he gets into the book, which is in like almost the second time that they're ready to go to this planet and explore more, Russia told him he has to turn around and spy on them, get the information on the ships. What are they going to be doing? Who are they going to contact when they get there? So they get there to, you know, to this thing. It's got water, which is almost like an ocean. But the thing is said, you can go anywhere on this island or on this planet. Do not go up to the mountains. That's a no-no. Do not go up into the mountains because nobody has explored like the plateau, a plateau, a really high place. But when they landed, the captains, the one captain went out and he didn't tell nobody. He said, I'll be back. You know, he told the robots, I'll be back. Like the Arnold Schwarzenegger sound, I'll be back, you know. And somebody asked him, where did the captain go? I'll be back. You know, and he goes, what does that mean? He went out, how long ago? I'll be back, you know. And all the robot is telling him, hey, he said he'll be back, you know. Don't worry about it, he'll be back. Well, the captain and the lieutenant decided, okay, we're going to have to go look for his ass. They're completely covered, you know, with their protective gear. She's got the backpack on her, which is a first aid kit, in case he got hurt. Because there's supposedly, like, bumbleberries, what are prickly bushes we would have out here in Missouri. And they're supposed to be pretty good thorns. And if you hit them, you know, it can go right through your suit or go right through your foot. No problem. You know, and so they turn around. The captain goes, I'll go over here and check up there, but don't get up on top because he said, we don't know what's up on top. So she's climbing up this plateau type thing, and she hears something. So she's reaching up over, and he steps on her foot, and he said, get out of here. Get out of here, or I'm going to kill you. And she goes, what? You know, what the hell, you know? Cap, who are you? And all of a sudden she realizes there's something taking him over. There's no aliens on the planet that they know of. So it has to be something in the ground. So she pulls herself up there on top of this plateau where he's at. The other captains come running up. And he went to hit her. So she went to grab her taser. Well, she went to grab the taser, and she told him, stop. You know, because the 2 captains were fighting. Stop, damn it, stop. Or I'm going to shoot you. And when she went to shoot him, she went to shoot the first one, it hit both of them. And then she's saying, holy fuck, what am I going to do? Well, what are you going to do? Shit, I'm on top of this freaking plateau. What the hell am I going to do? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to have to do. I'm going to have to push him over, which she does. She has to push him over the cliff and roll him down to the bottom of the hill. They were told that if they get to the bottom of the hill and see the chocolate tree, which is huge, you know, like a walnut tree or oak tree here, that the tree will protect you. The sun's going down, so you're not supposed to be, you're not supposed to be out when it's dark. Well, she ended up getting the first captain over there. She drags the other one over there. And she went to get her bag and get her taser, and she turns around. Here's the two captains lip locking each other. And she turned around and said, "Holy shit! They're not gay. They can't be gay, Holy shit, And so she said, "I don't know what the hell I'm going to do." Well, it was the Russian and her boyfriend, okay? And so it's kind of funny because she turns around and says, "Oh man, I have to do it. I'm going to have to do it. I got to break them up. I got to break them up somehow." Well, the only way she figured to break them up is undress, because you can get undressed under these trees and not have to worry about it. Get undressed and get between the two guys that are lip locking each other. All right, this is going to be fun now. She's thinking to herself, well, let's go for it, Hey, let's go for it. So that's where the sex comes into place, okay? She ends up having a menage a trois with the two captains, and then she puts her clothes back on, and they all fall asleep. She tries to put the guys' clothes much as she can on them, and she leans them up against the tree, and the tree is satisfied because the tree, how can I say this? The tree gets satisfaction from somebody having sex. They pull the energy out of the people having sex because it powers the tree. That's the only way I can explain it, but it's pretty cool. So come daylight, she's up and she says, "Guys, you got to get up." And they go, "What the hell happened?" "Well, let me tell you. You two were fighting up on top of the hill." "Oh, no way." And so the one captain, "Oh shit, you got a black eye, We'll just we'll tell them that you, fell or something." And they're both trying to figure out, oh God, how are we going to tell them? They don't realize that they were lip locking each other or they had sex with her. So she goes, try to get your uniform back together so we can go. We got to get back to the ship. The robots have got to come out here and check the top. There's something going on with the top. So she gets back to the shuttle or whatever you want to call it. And the little Japanese lady goes, "Where you guys been?" And the other lady goes, "Yeah, where the hell are you? Where were they?" Well, he started fighting him, so I had to knock them both out, and they ended up under the tree. And the girl said, "Oh, okay." She goes back to, "Did you give me some samples of that tree by chance?" She said, "Yeah, I got you the samples of the tree and the leaves and stuff." "What about those other thorny things?" "I'm going to have the robots go get them." So they turned around and told the robots, "Go out and get this following things." He said, "You take soils from around the pod. You take soil samples up by the trees." They didn't say how many trees are there. So I'm thinking that most of the trees are pretty far up on the plateau. "We also need you to go up to the top of that plateau." And, the robots are programmed for whatever they want the people to say. And the one kept saying, "Limp dick, limp dick." Who the hell told him that? I don't know. I didn't say nothing to him. All right. Well, let's get them taken care of. Here's the bags. Remember, pick them up with this, put them in the bags, seal them up, put them in the pack. "Yes, ma'am." And then they're talking to each other going out. Put them in the bag, zip them up. They're trying to make a song out of whatever they got to do, the chore they got to do. So the robots come back a couple hours later with all the samples. So the little Japanese lady goes, I want my samples, I want my samples, where's my samples? You know, and guys are saying, here's your samples. She takes it back into the lab, and a couple of the other ladies helping her. And holy shit, what's in this soil? You know, it's making these trees like this, making this like that. We don't know. That's, you know, what we got to find out. And then they all decided, well, if we're going to go out, we're all going to go out one time. So they go out by the water. They wanted some water samples. And they're looking like, oh man, I wish we could go swimming. Well, none of us have our bathing suits. Who has to have a bathing suit, you know? We're old enough. No, because we haven't tested the water yet. The water is either, like from, it's either a lake or an ocean. You know, they never said what kind of water it is. But they said they could purify it. So either way, if it was a lake, you know, they still can purify it. Or if it was the ocean water, they could purify it. So they turn around, and they're, you know, getting everything all they're done. They're there for solar thing. What are you guys going to do? The captain says, okay, pair up to watch the solar eclipse. Get up under one of the trees. Stay up under the trees. The robots will stay back in the ship. They have cameras going, so the you know, the three couples pair up, and that's when the little Chinese lady and the Russian starts getting all hot and bothered up under the tree. He said, "We gotta wait." And the tree, all of a sudden, the tree comes up, starts going like this, starts hugging them. During the eclipse, the tree will completely hug them into them. So when it hugs them, it makes them horny. And they get all hot and bothered, you know, by whatever they're doing. Well, the guys, you know, are saying, okay, we can watch that eclipse. You know, they're watching the eclipse coming out across the horizon. Boy, that's pretty, you know. Man, that is so pretty. You know, they're doing everything they can to stay straight. Well, they get back to the docking station, you know, with all the samples, all the water samples and that. Well, the robots have got to be deprogrammed again. You know, they got a lot of information in them. So the geeks, you know, plug them in, take them, redo them again. Well, during that time, you know, everybody was still together. The Russian had called his mom and told him what was going on. And she told him in code that something else was going on. And she said, I'm going to send you a code, and only you and I could understand this code. And he told his mom, he said, I like this Japanese lady. And we went and met her mom and dad. You know, and this is like 4 year span, 4 to 6 year span. Okay, that's all right. But the first captain and lieutenant found out she was pregnant, so they got married. Well, they kept arguing. I want to go back on the ship, damn it, you know. She kept saying, I can go back, I'll be all right. The doctor says I'm okay to go. So this is almost 4 years, but not quite. So she turns around and he says, you can only go for a quick one. And she says, I want to go in that water. I want to see and sit in the water. He goes, when you go, you can, but you can't go into the water. Because he was afraid of her pregnancy and stuff. But the doctor told her, you know, you can go as long as you be healthy for the baby and that. And so the robots are reprogrammed again to go back on this ship. They call them different names. And what they're doing is they're expanding to the horizon, you know, going further and further into the woods and stuff. You know, the robots know we've got to go here and here and here and here. Well, her pregnancy is getting on. And finally she said, I want to know if it's a boy or girl. And he comes up with some weird names for a boy and girl. It's going to be a boy, don't worry about it. I'm going to have the ultrasound done. And looked like she did, because she had twins. And twins didn't run in neither one of their families. And he goes, can I ask, how'd you end up with twins? She turned around and told him, when we were at the tree the first time. Yeah. Well, both of you had sex with me. Yeah, right, we'll see. But, they didn't tell the Russian that. They just, kept it between them, which was all right. So the lieutenant is getting ready to have the babies. And everybody else is on the ship. Damn, you guys, are you having fun? No. Beep, bop, beep, bop. What the hell's going on? They're playing hip-hop music. Oh, my God. She's talking about the robots, man. They're having fun. Well, they turn around, put another, like a pod. It's almost, the way it describes it, it's like they brought another small pod to where more or less like it blows up and it's permanent type of pod there. So that what they wanted to do is to have families come and stay on this planet, to populate in this planet. They know that if they're under those trees, they can populate quick. And then they'll have babies. And the babies can, produce more kids. So the lieutenant and captain says, well, they told you can't take the kids with us until they're a year old. Well, I can't miss going back another eclipse, without the eclipse, which meant 4 years. So what they did is they asked the parents, will you take care of the kids for a year? We'll come back and take them back onto this planet with us. Here you got babies running all over the ship. You got twins running all over. They turn around and have the robots. Here the kids are almost 2 years old. Let's play hide and seek. Well, the robots are trying to hide and seek the kids, and it's a pretty good pod, so, the kids know where to hide. And they're still doing all the sample collecting and everything. And she finally said, I'd like to live here, make a pod and stay here. Well, here comes the eclipse again. The kids are almost 5 years old, eclipse. And, they're starting to ask questions, But what had happened is they kept the kids on the ship while they all went out during the eclipse and watched the eclipse and stuff. They come back after they got everything done. And it goes on. So, there's a couple more babies born, which is good because they said, well, we want to take the kids and see how they do up here on this planet. They're doing good. They're really doing good. Well, now, the twins are almost 12 years old. So, they've gone almost 3 times for the eclipse, which means probably 5 or 6 times on the planet back and forth. Every time they go, they put another pod up. Every time another one comes, it goes for a pod. And these pods are going to be used for families. They're going to say, well, we're going to keep the kids in this pod. We'll put the robots in there with them so they can keep an eye on them. Well, the kids are getting inquisitive, The older kids, 12, 13-year-olds, kept asking the robots, what's up on that clip? Can't go up there. No. It changes your head, everything. Okay. And the girl said, Mom says, stay away from the top. If we get thing, we got to get down by the tree. So, the robots are walking around. They got a big old picnic basket. Here, one's carrying the baby in the picnic basket, in part of the picnic basket. The twins are here, and there's a couple more kids, and they're having a ball. They're walking around, like I said, this planet, and having a ball, seeing things. They're bringing stuff back, because the kids have to help bring the stuff back. And the robots made the picnic for the kids, you know, and they're all singing, coming back, and the mom and dads are saying, well, it looks like the kids have fun. And the baby, who happened to have been the Japanese and the Russians' baby, she was sound asleep. Where's my baby at? Oh, in the basket, sound asleep, you know, curled up in sleep. Okay. And they kept going back and forth to the pods and stuff. And they kept saying, how come we can't see the solar eclipse? Because you're not supposed to. All right. Why can't we go up to the top of the hill? No, something changes everybody when they go to the top of the hill. Do not go up there. If you're going to explore anywhere, go down by the water, or take the robots and go out, straight out. Do not go near that top of that plateau. All right, Mom, we won't. What did I tell you? Don't go up near the plateau, Mom. All right, then you don't, do you? No, Mom. So they turn around and they end up going up. And the story is a great book, you know. I mean, you go through, I think the kids are, by the time they're finished, they're almost 14 years old. So that's like 3 eclipses, solar eclipses that they've gone up there. And each time, like I said, each time they go up, they bring a pod up, and each pod's for, you know, they keep saying, well, you know, this is a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom pod, which can mean the mom and dad can have a room, and the 2 kids can have a room. It has everything you need in it, you know, the kitchen, living room, bathroom. It's almost like living on the ship. And so, you know, everybody's getting ready to move stuff. And, you know, they keep going, taking stuff down, taking back and forth. But it don't, you know, they have to go through hyperspace, so it takes a while to go back and forth. And so the kids are getting older, and they're getting smarter. But you see, they're going to be the next generation to be doing the exploration. The kids want to explore more. The robots get reprogrammed every time they come down, so you don't ever know what's going to happen with the robots. That's what's so good about this book. You know, one of the geeks taught the robots how to play strip poker, 7-hand stud or something like that, and they won the guys' money for almost a year. So, you know, you figure a robot is smart enough to play poker, to be able to play poker against the guys, you know, and win their money, it's going to be funny. But like I said, it's about a 6-hour book, audio book. I do like reading them. I am going to get online and post it, because I've got 4 more books to do. I finished one last night, and I got 3 more to post. So what I'm going to do is get off here and say bye. But check me out, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Upton, Google Plus, Book Club, and a couple other places. So, you know, I'm around. Hit me up. I do books. I do reviews on stuff for animals. I got 2 service dogs and a cat, and then I got birds. If y'all need stuff for the birds, I feed 150 birds a day here. So, you know, I got a couple hawks that are out here, and I got an eagle flying around. But I'm going to say goodbye and get this uploaded and do the video blog and then do the book blog. So guys, have fun. Have a safe weekend. Bye.